Hi guys, Mons here. On today's episode of All the Months, we're going to be looking at my picks, my prediction, review for the game week 10 in the Premier League. Just before I get started, I just want to thank everyone who subscribed to my channel so far. Make sure to click on the subscribe button if you find yourself on my channel or watching any of my videos. And make sure you like if you agree with me. And make sure you comment if you disagree. And we can have a genuine conversation in the comment section. Thank you very much. So let's just get started on this my prediction, my picks review for the game week 10 in the Premier League. So, for the game week 10 in the Premier League, I went 4, 4, and 2. So we don't really count the draws. There were two draws in the Premier League this weekend, which was the Manchester United game with Nottingham Forest and the Everton game with Sunderland this weekend, which was a Monday Night Football. My wins for this weekend were I predicted the Brighton win that came off. I predicted Arsenal win that came off. I predicted Crystal Palace win that came off. I predicted the Man City win as well that came off. And the losses for this weekend were Wolves, Spurs, Aston Villa, and Newcastle. In regards to the victories, the Man City victory is very, very impressive. It was a one-man carry job again by Haaland. He got 2 goals, could have got more. Like I said, my prediction for Haaland being player of the season is looking very, very good this term. And I got a chance to look at some of the Palace highlights. Palace absolutely dominated the game. They were worthy winners, and Mateta was very, very good again. I like the Spanish guy, Jeremy Pino. I think he's a very, very solid attacker. He can play like an inside number 10, or he can play out wide on the left or on the right as well. So he's a very solid attacker, and he's settled in really, really well with Crystal Palace. And with Arsenal, you know what you're going to get from Arsenal now. It's very, very solid at the back, and they ended up winning, I think it was 2-0 at the end. At the end of the day, Arsenal just get the job done. They're a well-drilled team. You're not going to get many chances against them. They're not going to concede many goals this season, and I believe this is why they're going to win the Premier League this season. Like I said, attack wins you games, but defense wins you championship. And defensively this year, Arsenal will be absolutely phenomenal. I don't see them even conceding that many goals going forward for the rest of the Premier League, unless they suffer severe amount of injuries in their defense. And also with Brighton, this was a nice bounce back result after Manchester United. They ended up winning, comfortable winners in the end. It was a very, very solid win. Danny Welbeck on the score sheet again. And I heard that Danny Welbeck is in contention to get recalled by the England manager, Thomas Tuchel, which I think you're going backwards if you're recalling Danny Welbeck, in my opinion. Very good player. I like Danny Welbeck. Came through the Manchester United Academy, but I think his term with England should be done and dusted. Unless England suffers severe injury, because at the end of the day, we know Kane's going to play. We know, to be honest with you, the Aston Villa guy is not doing really, really well this year. Ollie Watkins, he hasn't been very, very good this year as a centre forward. So you have him. I think you have Ollie Watkins, you have Harry Kane. I can't think of who else England has, to be honest with you, as centre forward. I think there's another guy playing in Saudi Arabia. He used to play with Brentford. I can't, honestly, his name just skipped my head now, to be honest with you. But however, I think those are the three centre forwards England have at the moment. So to be honest, yeah, Danny Welbeck might be a good shout if I'm being completely honest with you. And obviously the losses. Before this game week, I predicted if Wolves lose again, I predicted that the manager would get sacked, and that's exactly what happened. They only gave him a new contract there about a month and a half ago and already sacked him. And I actually saw the short list of managers that are in contention to get their Wolves job, like Eric Ten Hag, Gary O'Neill, Rob Edwards. Like, that is the worst list of managers I've seen, in my opinion, and the short list to get a Premier League manager job, in my opinion. So Wolves might be in this bother. However, one of their fans, so a couple of people also said this is the second season in a row that Wolves haven't won any of their first 10 games. So for me, I wouldn't panic just yet. If they get a good manager, they have a decent starting squad, I think they can escape the relegation this season again. If they get a decent manager that the dressing room respect and they actually listen to and has a philosophy and a plan to get Wolves playing good football again and getting victories, in my opinion. With Spurs, I went through it already in my Game Week 10 review. Spurs game and Chelsea game was the most boring game I've seen this weekend. Chelsea absolutely battered them. Spurs home, sitting back, playing 5 defenders with basically 2 holding players as well. It was absolutely scandalous, in my opinion. And we saw the end there. Jed Spence and Van der Ven weren't too happy with the manager, and they walked away. But apparently, the manager said today that he apologised to him in the office, blah, so on and so forth. So that's good, because Van der Ven is a captain of the team when Romero is missing. And Aston Villa, like I went through already, Aston Villa played right into Liverpool's hand, in my opinion. Just be direct. Go along. Do what's worked against Liverpool for the other teams. But instead, they try to overcomplicate it. They play short, and their best goalkeeper in the world made another mistake, and then obviously they played right into Liverpool's hand. And obviously with the Newcastle loss, I actually picked Newcastle to win. However, I was delighted they lost, they lost because I like West Ham. I like West Ham. I like Nuno. I think Nuno, like I said, I think Nuno might have stumbled upon his best formation and his best starting 11 going forward, in my opinion. So I was very, very happy. And I'm obviously a big fan of Jared Bowen as well. He's basically carried that team. Like like I also said, Paqueta was playing a deeper role but got forward, and that was the main difference in this team. It basically was ever Paqueta was ever had a brilliant game on Sunday. Paqueta did, and obviously with the Man United and Man United draw, Everton and Man United draw, like I said in my review, I was delighted we got out going first to draw. It was a very, very tough game for United. Sean Dyche's first home game. However, United managed to get a draw, so I was very, very happy with that, in my opinion. And Everton drew it last night. Ndiaye scored a fantastic goal. It was such a brilliant goal that Ndiaye scored yesterday, but it was then cancelled out by Granit Xhaka long range effort. It was a pretty good game to watch. The crowd were up for it. And your man Alcaraz got brought on at the end there. Could have just squared the ball off, I think, to Idrissa Gana Gueye. I think it was 2v2 or 2v1, something like that. But tried to trade glory for himself and I lost the chance. And David Moyes started your man Barry Tierno. And I believe it was a lot better than Beto was anyways. I know he missed a brilliant chance there when Jack Grealish crossed the ball in. But yeah, I think your man Tierno Barry or Barry Tierno should be starting going forward. I believe he needs to grow confidence, get settled into this league, and I believe he'll get everything a couple of more goals, in my opinion. That's pretty much it for the for my prediction picks review for game week 10. Like I said, if you made it to the end of my video, please make sure to click the subscribe button, share the video if you like, and also like the video if you agree with me. And if you don't agree, we can have a debate in the comment section. Thank you very much. Have a lovely week. Peace out.